Guys, like I said, we are going to be doing things different. Tunafanya vitu tofauti, and today we are all about art. As you can see behind me, ama kando yangu, we have beautiful, beautiful pieces, and I'm really trying to understand the inspiration behind this one. But before we delve deeper into that, I would like to introduce you to Connect, ndani ya Mwanzo TV. My name is Nyanchawa Makori, and today we are going to be talking to an artist. He's a man with magical hands. He's the brain behind all of this. And before we go further, guys, Eddie.
Thank you, Oscar. You got the name right.
Oh, yeah.
As you said, I'm Eddy Ochieng, visual artist. Formerly known as a hyper-realist artist.
Huh?
Hyper-realist.
Pole. Please. What is hyper-realist?
Or hyper-realism. That's the kind of art you're seeing here. Like, it's very, very close to reality as possible. Okay. So the word hyper and realism, just where the word is coming from. So
why are you saying formally?
Well, because artists are normally known by their styles, impressionists, you know, the guys who do abstract art, you know, so different artists will, you know, be referred to the kind of style that you do.
So when did it start? Like, ulianzaje art? Lini?
I think...
Because sure during your time hakukuwa na CBC. So tulisema CBC inspire kazi.
No, it wasn't there. I think I can take you back to primary school. See how you do those things behind your exercise book?
Yeah.
And a lesson is going on. I used to do that. And of course other students would see. To the point when it's a science lesson, this I remember very well. And there are things like, these funny things we used to learn. Like an insect to draw, a plant or something.
About the map of Kenya.
Exactly. They were like, where is that artist? With a chalk holding like, where is that artist? And then I'd be there like... So I think I can, you know, remember that far. And then I went to high school, Lenana School, and there was art and design as a subject.
Lenana School. Guys, he studied... Mulikuwa mnaita aje Lenana? Changes.
Then there was art and design. And I was like, of course, I have to take this. Because by that time, nilikuwa nimependa art. Like just drawing. And just the fact that I could take it as a lesson. I was like, I didn't even think twice. Of course, the other subjects, computer and business studies and whatnot, but it was obvious for me.
It was a subject? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I did that for the period I was there and went to university to do the same thing, Bachelor of Arts in Fine Arts.
So your parents? Sitting down with them na kuambia, Mom, mimi ninataka kwenda university kufanya art.
Kufanya usanii.
Yeah.
Well, it was not easy. There was a divide. My mom was you know, the one cheering me. Like,
oh yeah, Mom.
You can do it. I can see the challenge. But of course, my dad was like, nini hiyo?
Kuna course ulikuwa unataka ufanye, a specific one?
Yes. Engineer.
Oh, all parents, trust me, all parents want their kids to be engineers.
And then at some point, I even registered at UN. But then, I don't know, things just happen. Maybe
for... like characters za engineer hivi?
Not necessarily. Even in application, I'd qualified, yes.
Wow.
But no, I just didn't want to.
As you can see, art yako ni tofauti. Like, this is not what you're used to. Kwanza, mushaino. Yani nataka tu kuelewa ulifanya aje mushaino. Yeah.
Mushaino is a process. So, in maji basically.
Like, it's different. It looks... You've called yourself a
hyper-realist.
This is real. Like this looks like a picture.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you come up with this? Like maji, bubbles?
It's a process, and it starts from a sketch, and then there's a layer of brown. So like at some point, this painting was just one flat color of brown, where the outline of the face is. And then the definition with I use two kinds of paint. I start with a base of acrylic paint. So acrylic paint is water based.
Okay.
And then there's oil paints, which tunasema ni ya mafuta, commonly known as that. But I use the two because it saves me time. Oil paints take quite a bit of some time kukauka. So ukianza nayo, you have to wait for some time before you put another layer on it.
Yeah.
And then, so the acrylic paint, sort of fastens the process.
So yako ni paint, si pencil. Like ukuanza na ka sketch, then you look at it the inside.
No. I sketch with a thin brush. Yeah.
Kuna tofauti?
Yeah.
Like pencil, then there's charcoal, there's pencil, there's paint.
Yeah,
what's the difference?
So paint in a fall under what we call wet media. Then charcoal and pencil and markers and biros fall under dry media.
How long does it take? One painting, maybe?
They vary. Sometimes in size, complexity, details. Some will have more details than the other. But on average, let me say from 2 weeks to a month. 2 weeks to a month. When they're bigger, they can go beyond that.
How many hours?
Now, how do I quantify
like, let's say in a day.
In a day, maybe 6.
Do you make mistakes when you're painting?
Yes.
Like kuna time unaenda kuchora macho inaenda juu.
Okay, not that kind. I guess also the more I do it, the easier it becomes.
Okay.
And I think in principle, cutting across every other thing you do, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Yeah. Kitambo nikianza, maybe kulikuwa na instances where you draw something and one eye is in the other corner, the other eye.
Yeah. I don't know, Julia happy like distance between eyebrows inafaa kwa hapa juu.
So now that's what school does. There's actually 2 topics, anatomy 1 and 2. So there you learn, how to structure a face, how it looks. Like for instance, this I learned in school, that where your nose reaches and the tip of your ear should be the same line. So yeah, should be the same line. So things like that. So if you draw something and you look at your subject and it's not bringing that principle out, maybe you're like, okay, maybe let me revisit this.
How much canvas would I need? Mimi, tuseme nataka kuchora.
For someone who's a beginner, even a 1 meter canvas is enough. So you can subdivide it into different sizes from that. 1 meter ni kubwa. It's about 1 meter by 1 meter and a half. The longest side is 1 meter and a half. So you can split it in 2, you can split it in 4, create 4 different paintings, or do one big one.
Okay. Then you come and put it.
Yeah, you stretch it over a wooden frame. Just tunaita stretcher. With a staple gun, you clip it behind it so that it's firm on the front.
So what inspires your art? Like the different arts you do? What is the inspiration?
I think ukiangalia what is here, the common thing is it's people. I get inspiration from people. People are amazing. I learn a lot from people. Just hearing what someone thinks. And sometimes even something as simple as how someone looks.
Oh, wow, okay.
I don't have those paintings here, but I like doing a lot of old faces.
Old faces.
So wrinkled.
Why? It challenges you?
That's a good challenge.
Okay.
And even age in itself, old age.
There's one I saw somebody was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I like doing old faces.
So, what's the inspiration behind this?
This one is a series called Crystal Clear. It's not.
Oh, they have
only-
names.
Yeah.
That one?
This one is a series called The Wait. I think this is The Wait 16, if I'm not wrong. So there's The Wait 1. The Wait 1 is what got me an award last year.
Wow.
And from there I just did a
You
whole
still have
series.
it? Oh,
No, it's
it was
sold,
sold.
yeah.
Okay.
And then from there I just continue the series. I like working in series.
Okay. The Wait.
The
What
Wait.
is The Wait?
The Wait came from the subject that we were supposed to do at Manjano. Manjano is a competition that I entered.
The one you won last year?
Yes.
Okay.
By the Go Down Art Center here in Nairobi. So the subject was, rather the parameters were Nairobi lifestyle. So whether ni kazi, mchezo, or just anything you observe in Nairobi that can show someone this is actually Nairobi life,
Okay.
you do that. So there's kuna hawa watu wanakuanga na trolleys in town, then you see them wanabebanga mizigo. So that's the first piece I did.
Okay.
This guy I saw in town, archives, alikuwa amesomesha the cut, amekelea mkono hivi, and he's just waiting. It was that period ya corona.
Ukaangalia ndio.
So jobs are, falling left, right and center, work imekuwa ngumu even from the top to bottom, everyone was affected. And so looking at that, I resonated, even with what was happening at the moment. And a lot of times, wanakwanga wamebeba vitu, always. But this time, he's waiting in a busy street. There's always things to carry, but surprisingly, he's waiting. It's like, that's a deep moment.
This one now, I would like to know. This one, to me, it looks like mental health issues. To me.
Not necessarily. So here I was just exploring portraiture as it interacts with water.
You said this is which series?
Crystal Clear.
Okay.
So Crystal Clear is just describing the water.
Wow.
How does the face interact with water? As opposed to just having a kawaida portrait, just someone posing there.
Yeah.
So we just put something to interact with it so that someone can actually see the element you've added and interact with it separately. Which is why you've asked, how do you even put them shiny?
Hata nikuwa kusema, but mtu akiangalia anaweza sema, you mentioned, but then so ukisonga karibu, you're like, this is ini art. So do you get people to pose for you? Like you just come up with a face, ama you get people to, like you decide, today I'm going to use your face on this one?
I do both.
Like
that's a friend of mine.
Okay.
This I came up with.
Okay.
But I use both.
Napenda kuuliza watu ushaita kwa character development Nairobi.
Not really.
You
wait. I have in terms of crazy clients.
Tell us about crazy clients.
Someone commissions a painting and then they don't pay you.
What do you do?
It's crazy. Sometimes you try to find legal means, and they've worked. Which was the one? Kuna moja tu ilienda. Some very rogue guy.
Don't they do like down payment, paint, then they finish?
Well, those are things I also came to learn after graduating, and then now you're in the field. And so this is how things work.
Yeah.
So those are hard lessons I learned. Hence character development, as you said.
Looking at when you umetoka through this journey, how has it been? Kulianzia na kuchora hapo nyuma ya kitabu, then here you are. How has the journey been?
It's inspiring, even to myself. Because back then I didn't think it would get to this. You know what I mean? So when I look back, I feel inspired. And to know that there's no limit, really. If you can move from scribbling behind books to doing a whole painting like this, that's hyper-realistic, and there's no limit. So I'm just learning to not put a limit on what I can do with my skill.
So do you hold exhibitions?
Yes, once in a while. The last time was Art Cafe, 14 Riverside Drive. Docent.
So you do it alone ama
I
ungana
was-
other artists?
I was with one other artist called Clevers Odhiambo. Very good artist as well. You guys should check him out on
We
social
will,
media.
we will.
So he does hyperrealism as well. So our work was complementing each other, and we decided to put up a show. And then, apart from that, Circle Art Gallery, James Gishuru Road. I've exhibited there before, August last year. And then, which other place have I exhibited? Apart from that, locally here, the others I've done in Cape Town.
Cape Town, South Africa, ama kuna Cape
Africa.
Town, Kenya.
Cape Town ni moja. Cape Town, South Africa, the UK, Australia.
United Kingdom.
Yes,
Okay.
Australia. Actually, Australia happened in March. I didn't
This
go though.
year?
It's just my work that went.
Okay.
Yeah, this year.
So ni gani umeattend wewe mwenyewe physically outside the country?
Cape Town,
Oh, wow.
twice,
Good.
2018 and 2019.
Unajua watu wanasemanga like art hailipi, but from what you have told us inaonekana kuna pesa mingi. So I'm just going to ask this question because me I'm very curious.
Okay.
Painting moja inaenda ngapi hivi? Si lazima tupe exact figure, tuambie tu labda hata kani range.
No, okay, I can give a range from 30,000 to 250.
Hiyo ni
wherever.
kale kapicha kakubwa ama
Of course, they go with sizes, they go with
so the smallest
complexity.
size
30.
hiyo
30,000.
ni small kama gani?
A little smaller than that.
30. Oh, I'm in the wrong career.
So that's pretty much the range. Although I have to say something. I look at business as one whole umbrella. Whether in art, whether in fashion, whether you're in any other business, the same principles apply. That you have to work for you to see something in return.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe in the arts, people just think, oh, just paint something nice and then someone will come
And
drop
pick
you a
it.
check. You know?
I love this. Please give this to me.
No, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Kuna kazi lazima ufanye.
So art iko na auditions. Just asking. Like art ya kuchora. Iko na auditions ile yenye msema like I can do this, let me show you my work.
Not necessarily. Maybe to a gallery. There's different sections of art where you can actually be employed. So photography, graphic design, animation. Yeah, fashion. You can get employed.
What about this particular art?
No, this is.
Here in art, like I've opened
I'm not.
an art company. I need artists who can draw. Please come, you do it.
You can find such arrangements, but we call that representation, not necessarily employment. Yeah.
So what would you tell parents? Because as much as CBC imeintroduciwa, ni ngumu. Like it's not easy for me to allow my child afanye art na najua before I hit atakuwa ame-struggle, imekufa na yeye. So what would you tell parents about art?
Like I said, I look at it as any other business. If you apply the same principles of success, even in this field, it's important for parents to allow their kids to explore. You might be surprised. That's the best chance they have of success. Because it's something that's coming natural to them. So it won't be work. You see the way Monday nafika unasikia,
Yeah.
I have to go to work.
Yeah.
If it's something they love doing and you actually support them, they'll be looking forward to Mondays.
Yeah.
If it's a weekend and they're having fun, they're like, I can't wait to go back to work. Because it's something they enjoy.
Do you hide messages in your pictures?
Not really.
But you just allow people to overthink. Like, just look at it and think.
Rarely, but a lot of times my work will just be,
Okay.
a lot of what you see. Maybe something can be hidden, maybe emotion, maybe.
Emotions.
Yeah. And then maybe in this specific piece, nilileta an aspect of culture with the earlobe thing. Also like culture. I think there's a period I was also doing a lot of cultural artworks.
Yeah.
I like culture because as Africans, it's almost a sense of identity.
Yeah.
And belonging. Maybe something like this is a reminder that, hey, culture is still part of our identity.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
You're an award-winning artist.
Well,
tell us about that.
I try.
If you're good, you're good.
So, actually there's 3 awards. 2 from Mask Art. Mask is an organization that fosters creativity in schools around Kenya and East Africa, basically. And I don't know, when was this? 2016 and 2017.
You're still in campus. Okay.
I was still in campus. So I won the best in art category for my age bracket then. So twice, I won the same award twice. And then the 3rd award was Mwanzo, which happens annually. It's conducted by the Go Down Art Center. And that was last year, 2021. That was my 3rd attempt, I think. Yeah, the 3rd attempt. And then I took the first prize. That was a big moment for me. So those are the awards I've won.
Do you ever feel like kuna time when you're inspired? Wanasema artists wanakuwa na block. Kuna writer's block, kuna painter's block.
It's there.
So that thing is real.
It's real. Where I look at inspiration as the motivation to work. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not.
Kuna time una motivation.
But I'll go back to the principles of business. In season and out of season, you have to work. If you're employed somewhere, if you can Monday and say, "Ski kwenda job," imagine bado tamko wende job. You know, even your boss, if they don't feel like going, they still have to go to work.
Yeah.
So applying the same principle here, even when you're not feeling like you're inspired, just go and work. It will find you working. And you know, same as opportunities even in this field, in this career. The opportunities find you as you work.
Yeah.
You don't sit and wait and then see an opportunity and then say, okay, let me work now. It finds you going. Where I can find my work? Mostly on social media. At Eddy Bauer. EDDY. BEUER. It's an alias. I took from high school. It stuck with me. That's where you can find my work.
Okay.
On all social media platforms with that same name.
Guys, it has been an exciting time with Eddy. At least me, I know what I want. But when you buy a gift, I know what I want. I want a piece of art. So if you want a piece of art, if you want to buy somebody a gift that will mean something, Eddy is your go-to guy. Okay. And before we finish, I would like to remind you that we are on all social media platforms at Mwanzo TV on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow, like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Makori. Have yourself a beautiful weekend.